Hey gang, it's JC and this is the Daily Dose for Tuesday, April 17th, 2012. The smile you see on my face is a result of the fact that we know what today is. It is tax day and I'm writing a whopper of a check today. So excuse me if I don't just cartwheel here around the office, all right? We're a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Clayton. We have great television archives up top. JC's Eye Candy below. We'll get to that in a minute. And in the corner, the results of our rock and roll poll question. Is there a dog in your neighborhood that's a problem with barking at all hours of the day or night or just other out of control behavior? And 49% of you said no. Congratulations, because I've been dealing with this crap in my neighborhood now almost since the day we moved in almost 5 years ago. 49% say no. 36% say yes. And really, when you stop to think about it, that's a lot of people. You know, a little over a third of the audience is dealing with a chronic problem with dog barking or acting in some sort of menacing fashion in their neighborhood. That's a lot when you stop to think about it. 15% of you said the kids in the neighborhood are worse than any dog. All right, on to today's poll question. A new study reveals that roughly 65% of American workers almost always eat lunch at their desk. So our question is, do you? A for yes, B for no, C for I don't even have a desk. We'll have results for you tomorrow on the showgram. Trish Gazelle and I are there every day from noon until 3 on the Big 550 KTRS. President Obama raised $53 million in March. Sadly, his Secret Service detail spent it all on hookers. The top three winners in the men's and women's divisions of Monday's Boston Marathon were all Kenyans. Not surprisingly, Donald Trump immediately demanded to see their birth certificates. A suburban Chicago man drowned while kayaking after being attacked by a swan. The swan cited the Stand Your Pond law and was released into the wild. Prosecutors in former Yankees pitcher Roger Clemens' perjury trial are attempting to pick a jury that's unbiased, so they say they're looking for men who know very little about baseball to be on the jury. May I suggest the last 65 Chicago Cubs managers? And Newt Gingrich was in town last week speaking at the NRA convention, the thing over there at the America Center, and he had a private tour of the St. Louis Zoo, and a penguin bit him. Now, I'm still working on a joke for that, for the air. I'm still working on it because everything I've come up with so far is way too filthy to say on the air or even here online. But I'm still working on it, okay? I'm still working on it. All right, let's shift to football here for a minute. They don't tell you stuff like this, but between 30 and 40 fans are kicked out of the average NFL game. And if it's a Monday night game, it's more like 400 to 600, by the way. I know that because the last football game I attended in Buffalo, New York, way back in, oh gosh, that would have been 1983. There were between 400 and 600 people kicked out of that game. But anyhow, average NFL game, 30 to 40 fans kicked out of the game, okay, for fighting or other types of disorderly conduct. And now it's going to be tougher for those people to get back in. You're not going to believe this. Fans thrown out of a stadium will have to take a 4-hour online anger management course that costs $75. At the end of the course, they're going to be given a psychological test before they're allowed to attend another game. And they have to get 70% of the questions right in order to pass. Now, if they don't take the class and they go to the stadium anyhow, they can be arrested by security guards for trespassing. The Patriots, the Jets, and the Giants have had the policy since 2010, but the entire league, including here in St. Louis at the Dome, will use it for the first time this season. What do you think about that? I think we're going to have fun with that one today on the air. Meanwhile, while that's going on, one more football note. New York Jets cornerback Antonio Cromartie has another kid. I mention that because that makes 10 total from 8 different mothers. Have a nice day. Is Oprah finally going to marry Stedman and air the wedding on her network to try to save OWN? Before you get too excited, that story comes from the National Enquirer, so everybody put your pants back on. I personally think that this whole Titanic thing has gotten way past the point of being weird. People dressing up in the styles of the era 100 years ago and like going to a boat or going to some sort of restaurant where they reenact everything that happened that night, including the music and the food they ate with authentic silverware in China from what it looked like in a decor that's exactly the way it was on the boat. Somewhere along the line, these people seem to have forgotten that like a lot of people died on that boat and it was a big tragedy. Anyhow, Titanic hit an iceberg 100 years ago, and if the iceberg had not been there, the Titanic would have been fine, right? Again, that sounds like, well, yeah, of course. Well, these are the words of Jose Canseco, former Major League Baseball player, the guy who blew the lid off of the steroids issue in Major League Baseball. Now, I'm going to quote this, and you should probably catch something fairly quickly here when I read this. Okay, one of America's foremost philosophical resources, Jose Canseco. Here we go. Because we don't recycle and consume like crazy, icicles are non-existent. Titanic would have still existed today. You know, clowns, it's very simple. With global warming, the weather is hotter, so the icebergs would be melted and Titanic would be saved. You probably should have caught the word icicles, because apparently Jose Canseco doesn't know the difference between icebergs and icicles. And okay, not again. Bill Murray now starting to talk about maybe doing Ghostbusters 3. Dan Aykroyd said, okay, we'll do the movie with Chevy Chase. We're tired of waiting for Bill. And then Bill Murray apparently heard that and said, oh, wait a minute. I didn't say, yeah. Parade magazine put together this list of how much money some celebrities were making when they first started working and how much they make now. Ryan Seacrest made $10,800 when he was 20 as a radio DJ in the Los Angeles area in 1995. He'll make $15 million this year. Johnny Depp made $13.5 selling pens over the phone. Good gig. As a 20-year-old in 1983, this year he makes $50 million. Carrie Underwood, $15.9 as a waitress back in Oklahoma when she was 20. In 2004, she'll make $20 million this year. And John Hamm made about $14.3 for much of the 90s as a waiter. This year, he'll make $2.3 million for Mad Men. Jeopardy has revealed 15 celebrities and media personalities who will compete during their annual Power Players Week. That's May 14th through the 18th. Among them, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, comedian Louis Black, Dr. Oz, CNN's Anderson Cooper, Chris Matthews, Chris Wallace, Kelly O'Donnell from NBC News, and Fox News Channel Dana Perino, who a couple of years ago, and don't tell me I'm making it up because I have the soundbite in my archives and I'll play it for you if I have to, did not know what the Bay of Pigs invasion was. How much debt would it take before you start losing sleep? According to a new survey, the answer is $22,900. The average person doesn't start panicking until they cross that line. Today, by the way, equal pay day, meaning the average woman had to work all of last year and until today to make enough, well, to make what the average man made in 2011. Sorry about that. Not my fault. I didn't do anything. New on video this week, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Tom Cruise. Craig Ferguson, St. Louis's own Kevin Kline tonight in a new thing called Darling Companion. Birthdays today, the chick from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Rooney Mara, is 27. Blew me away in that motion picture, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. If you haven't seen it, see it. It's amazing. Victoria Beckham used to be hot. Now she's roughly 60% synthetic. She's 38 right now with a lot of miles on her. What else we got? Oh, yeah, JC's Eye Candy today. You know what? Give her a break. Ann Romney. People are all over her because she didn't work a day in her life. And she says, hey, being a mother, I raised all these boys here. And it's like, yeah, give her a break. Because she needs one hand free to push that button for her husband's car elevator. A photograph of Ann Romney and what it's like to be a stay-at-home mom in the Romney household. It's JC's Eye Candy. It's right below what you're looking at right now. All right, again, rock and roll poll question today. That new study reveals that roughly 65% of Americans work, and they work and they work and they work and they don't get a lunch break, so they just sit there at their desk and eat and right there at their desk. And our question is, do you? Yes, no, or C, I don't even have a desk. Please answer down in the corner. Results for you tomorrow. That's it. JC's Daily Dose for Tuesday, April 17th, 2012. A combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Clayton. And in the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.